The Ministry of Education will pursue a phased reopening of schools in St. Kitts and Nevis, says Minister of Education Powell in a national address on Wednesday.
The phased approach to the return of students is necessary in order to ensure that schools can effectively implement and sustain the health, hygiene, and safety protocols, and where possible, establish and maintain reasonable measures for physical distance in keeping with the school context. The efforts in this regard are informed by the recommendations outlined in documents from UNICEF, UNESCO, and CARFA regarding the reopening of educational institutions.
Minister Powell also disclosed that there will be a phased approach to the reopening of early childhood centers on a case-by-case basis.
Additionally, the Ministry of Education continues to work closely with the National COVID-19 Task Force. We are currently working together to address the needs of the early childhood sector and to explore the phased reopening of this very critical sector. As a nation, we are moving towards effectively living and working with the threat of COVID-19. And as more and more of our citizens transition back to the workforce, the care and welfare of our youngest citizens will remain of utmost priority. Thus, the Ministry of Education, through its Early Childhood Development Unit and in conjunction with the National Task Force for COVID-19, will begin the process of a phased approach to reopening the early childhood sector on a case-by-case basis. Proprietors and supervisors of nurseries and preschools are asked to contact the Early Childhood Development Unit at 466-2810 for guidance on the application process to commence the review of your facilities in light of the COVID-19 safety requirements. Once the early childhood facility has been determined to be compliant with the new safety and health protocols of the early childhood sector, then that nursery or center will be able to secure approval for reopening.
Meanwhile, Mr. Powell noted that the 2019-2020 school year officially ends on July 10th. The new school year begins on September 7th.
The Ministry of Education has made a decision that the provision of instructions will end on 10th July 2020, as was scheduled on the academic calendar. This means that there is no extension of the academic school year. As such, public school students in St. Kitts and Nevis will commence their summer break after 10th July 2020. Where there are school matters to complete, teachers are required to avail themselves for the completion of all duties. As we look towards the next academic year, the ministry is staunchly committed to a course of action which will increase teacher-student contact time and minimize loss of learning. Therefore, the proposed 2020-2021 school year will commence on 7th September 2020.
The minister was keen to point out that the teachers would be trained during the summer vacation on the methods of engaging students virtually.
Critical to the delivery of quality education and increased student academic engagement during the new school year is the uptooling of teachers to ensure greater comfort and competence in delivering instruction, especially via online modality. This we are planning to do during the annual summer training for teachers, which usually takes place in the month of August. It is important to note that this year, the modality and the timeline for summer training of teachers will undergo the necessary restructuring. At this time, the Ministry of Education is planning on a series of online training sessions for teachers during the last 2 weeks of August. In keeping with previous years, all teachers in the system are required to participate.
The minister encouraged students sitting CXC exams to arrive at their examination centers at least 1 hour prior to the start of the exam, so as to follow all the relevant protocols related to COVID-19 guidelines. Schools in St. Kitts and Nevis were closed abruptly late March after the first two coronavirus cases were announced for the Federation. Since then, students have been doing their lessons through a virtual platform under the guidance of the Ministry of Education. The ministry also procured tablet laptops for students who previously did not own or had access to computers to do virtual lessons. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
Over 8,000 applications were submitted for assistance under the Social Security COVID-19 Relief Fund, said the Social Security Chief Executive Officer Antonio Maynard. CEO Maynard was speaking on the program Leadership Matters on the 30th of June 2020. Under the program, successful applicants began receiving $1,000 for the next 3 months. Giving an account of funds disbursed, Maynard outlined the disbursements.
With respect to the payments began on the 20th of April as promised, with continuous and daily uploads to the various bank accounts and dispatching of checks. For the month of April, we paid 7,827 persons, amounting to approximately $7.5 million. For the month of May, we paid 6,575 persons, amounting to some $6.4 million. And for the month of June, we are expected to pay approximately 5,781 persons. It is important to note also that we have factored in about 1,600 persons who have not been paid for April or May as yet, which will bring the total payout for June at around $7.6 million, with a grand total payout of approximately $22 million.
The Social Security CEO disclosed that additional funds were approved to assist employees impacted by the global health pandemic.
The Minister of Social Security, the new Minister of Social Security, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, in his communication dated the 26th of June 2020, has authorized an additional payment of $7 million to be made to the COVID-19 Relief Fund, in addition to the $15 million that was approved before. Subsequent to this correspondence, the Board of Directors at its meeting on the 30th of June, that was earlier today, approved same. We are therefore pleased to proceed with the payments due and payable not exceeding the sum of $22 million EC.
Maynard made it clear that the payments were not to be regular, but is a relief emergency payment, saying that they were fully legal and in proper order. Glenn Barrett, SKN Newsline.
It's not just iced tea and it's not cold tea. But who said we couldn't be in the middle? We are Mother Becky Quenchers, a herbal iced tea. It's a different and innovative take on using traditional herbs for tea. It's a home-brewed blend of natural, organic herbs and spices, ready to drink at any time. We've turned ingredients you've used many times into something crisp, thirst-quenching, and did we mention taste awesome? Drinking tea just got better. Mother Becky Tea.
In these stressful times, you need relief, a way to release your stress and care for your health. You need Serenity. Yes, Serenity Mobile Spa, where we come to your home and offer the very best in massage and spa treatment. Your health is our priority as we practice the highest hygiene procedures before, during, and after your treatment. Choose from massages to meet your physical needs, scrubs, facials, waxing, and much more. We also provide our customers a complimentary serving of refreshing local coconut water with each massage. During these restricted times, we urge our customers to stay healthy. We will come to you.
Call us at 762-0157 or 760-8899
Find us on Facebook, Serenity Mobile Spa St. Kitts, or email us at serenitymobilespa869@gmail.com. Serenity Mobile Spa.
Auto Plus Car Wash, located on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Bring your car to Auto Plus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at Auto Plus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the College Street Gut, Bastille, St. Kitts. Auto Plus Car Wash, where the service is number one.
The use of the new ballot boxes on election day was to provide more transparency to the voter. So explains Supervisor of Elections Elvin Bailey during an interview with Everett Webo Herbert on Vaughan Radio Tuesday night. There has been consternation from commentators and some of the electorate that the transparent boxes did not confine with the electoral laws, as they were not as secure as they should be and did not conceal the ballots like the traditional ballot boxes. Mr. Bailey was responding to a question from a caller on the show about the new ballot boxes.
It allowed people to see people's vote. Is that possible? Because I'm not aware that anybody's name is written on the ballot.
Now, the boxes, and I thank the caller for mentioning the boxes. The boxes are the international norms. They have been recommended time and time again by international observers. We tested those boxes in the by-election in Nevis. We had these specially ordered. One elderly voter said to me, I was so happy to watch my vote fall to the bottom of the box and realize that there was no false bottom in there. And that to me validated the whole process. The boxes, you could see something is being dropped in it, but you couldn't see any details because the boxes they're deliberately designed to give that level of transparency and that level of opacity.
Mr. Bailey acknowledged the late opening of one of the polling stations in Constituency 1 on election day. That polling station, he said, closed at 6 p.m. as did the others.
It is true that a few of the stations opened later than they should have. I was driving along the road around 8:30 when I got a frantic call, that certain polling stations were not yet opened and people were in line and becoming frustrated. That was unfortunate. That should not have happened. That is one of the glaring errors that was observed, and we have to take these things into account as we go forwards. Now, the close of polls at 6 o'clock is an interesting situation because there is no hard closing of the polls at 6. In fact, it was brought to my attention that there was voting continuing until 8 o'clock at one or two of the stations. Interestingly, not those that opened late. Some of those that opened on time, there were still people voting at 8 o'clock in the night. That is allowed by law.
Meanwhile, Mr. Bailey said his office will be increasing its public education drive so as to educate the nation on the electoral process.
One of the charges that has been made is that, or one of the things that I've been asked to do, is to step up public education. And this is my first effort at stepping up public education. And I hope the interest of the public does not wane in the intervening years when there is no election. Because we did some serious work in the interim, and it seemed, well, I believe some people listened, and there is heightened interest. And my job now is to make sure that that interest does not wane and to keep coming, and we will call on the media to help us to keep the public informed.
While local NGO observers and the CARICOM observers have said the election was free and fair, there have been several challenges to the results. The opposition St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party has filed election petitions challenging the conduct of the elections in 6 constituencies. Former government MP Ian Liburd is challenging the counting process, which saw him losing his seat to the Labour Party newcomer Geoffrey Hanley. The Team Unity Coalition was returned to office with 9 seats, while the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party winning 2 seats. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
The 7 major exporting manufacturing facilities are now back in operation, said Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris on the program Leadership Matters. Addressing the progress being made in the manufacturing sector on St. and Nevis at the end of June, Prime Minister Harris said 73% of the employees in manufacturing are now back at work. As additional changes are being made in the facilities to achieve COVID-19 regulations, more workers will be back on duty in the facilities, the Prime Minister informed.
Jaro Electronics, the manufacturing sector, had a total staff of 300, of which 156 already at work. Jaro is currently operating one shift. Cajola Cristado has a total pool of 205 employees. The number currently working stands at 158. 47 of its employees are at home. Cajola Cristado is operating 2 shifts. API Harrow Server has 225 employees, or had at the time of COVID-19. Presently, 183 of them are back to work. Harrow Server is operating one shift. The Carib Brewery has an employee base of 140 persons. To date, 135 are now back on the job. Electrofab had 69, 45 of whom are back to work, and Electrofab Limited is operating one shift. St. Kitts Brushes had 35 employees, 35 are back to work. And we have the Marara Distillers engaged in manufacturing. My understanding is that it has 8 employees, 8 are out to work. We expect that after certain repairs and renovation work, Jaro will be back to near full capacity. More persons at work makes it better for our economy, better for our families, indeed better for all of us.
The manufacturing sector has been working with the National COVID-19 Task Force to ensure the safety of management and staff in facilities that normally involve close work conditions. Glenn Barth, SKN Newsline.
For all your printing needs at top-notch quality, go to Digital Print Plus, located on Princess Street, Bastille, St. Kitts. At Digital Print Plus, you get the best in business cards, letterheads, envelopes, wristbands, tent cards, rack cards, flyers, brochures, logo designs, posters, photos, architectural designs, 3D renderings, and so much more. Digital Print Plus gives you the best quality at competitive prices. Contact us at 767-7468 or email digitalprintskn@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook at digitalprintskn. Digital Print Plus for all your printing needs at the best quality. Now you can have SKN Newsline on the go. Introducing SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Search SKN Newsline in the Google Play Store. Download the app free and stay up to date with TV news in St. Kitts and Nevis in the palm of your hands. With this app, you can watch your news reports, watch our live news feed on SKN Newsline TV, engage with us and other app users in the chat room, look at our special features, send us news tips, and call us directly. It's news on the go. The SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Download it free today.
Banners, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock, at the Woodswright compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multi-Graphics.
KVK Enterprises at Boyd's Housing Development, Trinity Parish, St. Kitts. For all your t-shirt printing, banners and signs, promotional products, shipping, motivational speeches, computer classes, agro-processing, art and craft, and desktop publishing. Come to KVK Enterprises at Boyd's Housing Development, Trinity, St. Kitts. Telephone 661-0118 or 765-7270. Email drkhrystus@kvklives.com or visit www.kvklives.com. KVK Enterprises.
The Ministry of Culture has appointed Ms. Hazel Webster as the Carnival Director as part of the steps to strengthen the administrative operations of the Secretariat of the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee. Culture Minister Jonelle Powell at a recent town hall meeting revealed that as part of the Comprehensive Enhancement Program, the post of a Carnival Director was being activated to help boost the management capabilities of the Secretariat and the functioning of the committee generally. Powell explained that the National Carnival Act had always provided for a director to help manage the day-to-day affairs of the Secretariat, but the position had remained inactive for decades. According to a press release from the ministry, the vacant position of Carnival Director will be filled from July 2020 by Ms. Webster, who until recently was a Senior Destination Management Coordinator for TDC Flamboyant Tours. Ms. Hazel has some 29 years in the private sector and also served as Director on the board of the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. The release added that in 2018 and 2019, Ms. Hazel volunteered her expertise as a member of the Operations Committee for Carnival that is responsible for the production of the major pageants and competitions, including the Senior and Junior Calypso Monarch competitions, Miss Swimsuit Pageant, and the Mr. GQ Contest, the National Carnival Queen Pageant, Miss Talented Teen Pageant, and others. In her role as Carnival Director, Ms. Hazel will report to the National Carnival Committee and Chairman, but will have lead responsibilities to manage the daily activities of the office. She will also supervise the office, assist in coordinating the activities of its subcommittees, and will liaise with various other internal and external stakeholder groups, including bands, troops, contestants, calypsonians, soca artists, and sponsors. The Director of Carnival will be a full-time employee of the Ministry of Culture. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Minister of Sport, Youth and Culture, Honorable Jonelle Powell, has given stakeholders in his ministry the assurance that he will be advocating strongly for the creation of a maintenance division that is directly aligned to the Department of Sports. He made the disclosure while touring a number of sporting facilities in the Bastille area on July 1. The new sports minister outlined that it is better to repair than to replace, as he justified his advocacy.
We're here at the Kim Collins Athletic Stadium, myself along with senior members from the Department of Sports. As we go around and look at the main facility, what is evident in my mind is a need for a dedicated maintenance program, a maintenance department within the Department of Sports to ensure that we are taking care of facilities, major facilities like this. Traditionally, the government relies on the Public Works Department to do a lot of that maintenance. But I think as we grow, as a country, as the demands grow, as a ministry and a department, we have bigger facilities, more facilities. It just goes to show that there needs to be a dedicated maintenance program. There are a lot of things here that we're seeing that can easily be dealt with in such a dispensation, and so that is something that I believe needs attention, and I will certainly lobbying at the cabinet level for in terms of getting that in place, because we all know to maintain is cheaper than to replace, and that must be our mindset going forward.
Prior to his site familiarization visits, Minister Powell shared his vision for the Ministry of Sport while fielding responses to questions from employees of his ministry during a morning meeting at Warner Park. The meeting was the first official introduction to coaches and support staff. His vision includes the rollout of the National Sports Policy, which emphasizes the need for a more strategic manner in sport and recreational development, the empowerment of coaches and other staff through the making available of higher learning opportunities, general capacity building initiatives, and a sport tourism product that allows for regional and international teams utilizing our facilities. The Minister of Sport indicated that the realization of a top-class sport product requires a concerted effort by all stakeholders. He committed to making himself available for continued dialogue with coaches, ground personnel, and other staff as the work continues in earnest to create a comfortable sporting environment. Plans are already being developed for a continuation of the Minister's familiarization tour into rural facilities.